So you all undoubtedly have your favorite subject. So for a room full of teachers trying to design projects, could you talk about your favorite project and why that project stood out as one of your favorites?
So when I was in 8th grade, we did this project on the New England colonies, and David was actually in my group. And so, you remember that? Yep. So each group had a part of the New World kind of that you had to make a video about, that you were in that like era of time. And so we got the New England colonies, and there's this place by my house called Carriage Hill, and so we dressed up like from a long, long time ago and went there, and we're just recording each other doing the weirdest things. Almost got kicked out, but I would say the thing that makes a project my favorite project is that we made inside jokes and that we got to be together as a group. And so if you let the kids joke around, now there is a line, so just be respectful of the line, but if you let them joke around and have fun with each other, they're going to remember it because they make correspondences between a memory and part of the topic, and they just don't forget it. Like, I could still tell you everything I learned from that project, but when I did traditional learning, I couldn't tell you what a test was about 20 minutes after I took it. So I think just letting the kids have fun really makes projects more memorable.
So I can't decide between these two projects, but it was my grade that did the Gaga pit and the disc golf course. So what I've noticed is that both of them, we actually went out into, well, not exactly the community, but it was just outside the school. But for the disc golf course, we went to a disc golf course, and it's sort of a class, I don't know. This guy was teaching us how to throw, how to like putt, and do all this stuff. And we went back to the school, and we just built one, and then every day when we went outside after lunch, we would use the disc golf course. And I would see like after school, I'd see people from the community coming in and using it. And it just made me feel really good inside to know that I made something that other people will use all the time. And it'll stay there. And yeah. Is there anyone else?
I think all of the projects that I've enjoyed most are the ones that combine a bunch of different subjects. So like a couple of the examples that he showed up there were a combination of different maths and sciences and art, because it's really not fun, and it's actually extremely stressful when we do block scheduling, so we have 4 classes a day for a longer period of time, so it's really stressful when you have like 8 projects going on at once, and they're really involved and like require a lot of attention. So if there's one project going on and a couple teachers can really all go in on it and teach different aspects of what you're supposed to be learning about, I definitely get the most out of it when it's approached like that. And as far as my favorite project is actually one that I'm doing right now, and it's not through a class. It's one that I felt really passionate about, and was extremely, extremely fortunate to be able to just approach Dr. Cryer and be like, this is something I want to do, I just need your approval, and then I can go off and do the rest. So right now I'm in the process of creating 2 gender-neutral bathrooms in our school, and all I had to do was talk to him, get a couple signatures, and write a grant. And so that's almost completed, and I'm really, really, really grateful that I was able to do that, because for a lot of other students at other schools, that would require going through a lot of the community and going through a lot of obstacles. And it wasn't easy necessarily, but I'm really grateful that it was something that I was passionate about, I could get approval, and then I could go off and do it on my own. So just that process of being able to deal with adults and act like an adult was really beneficial for me.
So my favorite project is actually one that I'm doing right now. Yes, it's summer, but this one is, we're doing this outside of school. We tried to do it at the end of last year, but it kind of crashed and burned. But so some of the people that are in it, me, Alex, and Lily, Emma also, she just joined, we are trying to make PBL better. This is actually probably going to be the longest project that we're going to do because it's going to go all over our sophomore year into our junior year. And we're going to actually work with the teachers, and we're going to work with, we're going to make something in the Yellow Springs newspaper, and we're going to talk about how we can make PBL better because let's be honest, PBL, we've only had it for a few years, and it's not perfect, but we're getting there, and that's what we want to do. So that's my favorite project, the ones that we're actually administering for ourselves.
Oh, do you mind? Okay. Yes.
Okay. Oh, sorry. What my favorite project was probably the Food for Thought project, not because of the content that was in it, but because about the confidence I gained being part of this project. Personally, I tend to be insecure about my vision for a project, so I like to look at other people's project and go, oh, that's how you're doing it. And then be able to sort of understand what the products of other people are going to look like so that I can have opinions about my own. But for the Food for Thought project, because we all had different subjects, all of them turned out so different. So I was sort of forced to, with my group, decide what I wanted my project to look like, and the amount of independence that we had, the amount that we had to take on to complete this project was definitely not something I'd experienced before, but it definitely grew me as a person because I had to gain confidence and learn that, yes, this was something that was possible.
I like 2 projects, but I'm going to talk about one. It was for math, and we were focusing on like the patterns of the universe and how it worked, and it seemed to follow the Fibonacci sequence. I don't know if some of you know what that is, but it actually is really cool because when you start to think about it, you can see it in everything. It's in sunflowers and different animals, and it's actually kind of cool how if you look at everything, you can find like at least 3 different subjects in each thing and figure out a way to solve something. Oh.
She's really smart.
I've liked all the PBLs, and there's one reason why. Because they've all started from nothing. And nothing has grown into something really big. I mean, even the ones that you probably saw in the slide, I mean, look, we started from a weight room to woodworking. So it amazes me what you start out from nothing and turn it into something amazing.
Okay. So let's give it our hand to our fearless thinkers at Yellow Springs. It's pretty amazing.